All right, guys, for this video, I wanted to go through every single stick disarm that is in the book, aka my mind. So I had to bring in some reinforcements. Brought James back on the channel all masked up. We're gonna try to get through everything without making a single mistake from start to finish. So let's try it out. Let's start off angle one. Angle one again. Angle one. Angle two. Angle two again. Angle two. Angle two. Again. One. One. One again. Two. Two. One. One again. One again. Two. Pocket. One. Two. And the easiest one, angle one. All right, so that was 22 disarms, and realistically, I have the list up there. I kind of cheated, but with all of them there, I kind of gave them names to help me remember it. But realistically, they're all kind of variations of very similar concepts, and they essentially fall into three categories. We have the vining category, we have the striking category, and then we have the ejection category. So when you look at things like inside vine or outside vine, really what I'm doing is either with my stick or my hand, I'm like coursing it with my hand, I'm like trapping it, wrapping my hand around, creating a very delicate position, and then applying pressure one way or another to cause the stick to leave. Now, you saw sometimes that I'm using my body to create the constriction. I'm using the stick itself to create constrictions. And then of course we have like the angles inside and outside. And that's kind of where the fundamentals will help you guys out. If you guys follow along or if you train with Anastacio, these things are all possible because you understand how to place yourself, how to set up an outside angle, how to set up an inside angle, and generally where are we attacking from those points. So what you're looking at is not only where you place yourself, but what is the condition of their hand. When I set up a reference point, one or two, I expose their hand and I look at the weakness, which is going away from the grip or going away from the fist as opposed to going towards the knuckles. And then we get into a little bit of our striking. So you could see we utilize things like a transition block where it is a strike in itself, but that basically allows me to reposition my hand from a traditional angle one setup. It would pretty much be mirroring of this, but that allows me to keep their check or keep their hand position while I take mine away and now I'm attacking from underneath, which opens things up like an elbow disarm or an elbow variation where I kind of crank it. And things like that. So basically, if you look at the the elbow variation, it kind of falls into two categories. We started off with a striking disarm, but it ended up being like an ejection disarm, right? So very commonly, when you get more and more into variations, you'll see that they'll start to relate to each other, which is why in total I did 22, but for instance, the first three are variations of each other. The next five are variations of each other. Then we have a punch disarm. An elbow disarm is a variation of that. Elbow variation where I crank it, it's kind of like a mixture. And then we have things like pulls or the ejection. So an underhook pull, push and pull, inverted push and pull, doing that same concept of getting the stick in a very sensitive position. And I pretty much subtract your hand from the stick. And so I did that with my body, I did that with my knee. And then one of the more staple disarms of bias Manos, our father system, is the heaven and earth, two opposing directions of force, causing sort of like an ejection, semi-strike, if you will. And of course, the very last one, if you guys watch that one, it's the hardest one in the book. Very, very simple. You strike their hand hard enough that it blasts their hand open, or in some cases, you can even strike the stick hard enough and that pressure is too much for their grip to control. So when you guys are training disarms or you're learning disarms, try not to think so much about the number. I just wanted to show you that for the case of being able to make something out of nothing, or if you made a mistake along your disarm, there's always another way to take it out of their hands, as long as you understand the positions and the variations. So we have a package, another package, and another package. So thermal label printer, you are now stepping in the Union Martial Arts Anastacio YouTube channel operating station. This is my little warehouse setup. This is part of the renovation that I've been working on. So these are actually the mailers. And these are, I believe, labels. So we got labels for the label printer, packers. So that means, not here yet, but merch is coming very, very shortly. It's going to be on anastacioculi.com. I'll let you guys know when it's live. Thank you guys for answering, by the way, for those that said which color they prefer in the Anastacio Culi shirt. Duly noted, but I'm super excited to get this all set up, all ready to go, and get some merch to all you guys. So that's a plus for the lockdown, right? All right, guys, it is Friday. We're back at the academy. I'm going to be back again tomorrow, but just doing a lot of virtual work with my academy students because, of course, we're still shut down. But today, with my youth students and my adult students, we did virtual stripes. And basically, the way that we do our grading, so we follow a belt system in our Kuntao, white belt, yellow, green, blue, brown, black. And with each one of those belts, up to black belt, you have up to 4 stripes. But specifically with us, each of those stripes has a purpose. So it's not like you just train for 6 months, you get a stripe, and then you train for another 6 months, and then you get another stripe. Each stripe has a particular category. So I'll give you guys an example. We have like these attendance cards here, which one day I do want to upgrade to like a touchscreen login type of thing. But anyways, I dock their attendance on this, depending on their belt. It's how frequent they can go for it. But for instance, your first stripe would be the strikes that are in the curriculum for that particular belt. Second one would be blocks. Third one would be stances and sweeps. And then the fourth one would be sparring. And so the fourth one reflects kind of the accumulation of all the skills and being able to put it together in real time under pressure. And the first 3 kind of represent that you understand the technique well enough that you could repeat it. I really like my stripe system. I think it's a great way to keep tabs on all my students, especially when the numbers are so high or were so high that it's hard to remember everyone. And for the most part, I do, but at least if it isn't me, my staff, my assistant instructors, they can look at your belt and automatically know what you need to be focusing on. So instead of getting caught in the cycle of constantly practicing your hand attacks, your punches, if you're going for your third stripe, then you would be focusing more on stances and stripes. They know not to waste, stances and sweeps. They know not to waste their time on the punches because you've already gotten to that point. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out all the links, save yourself some money, come train with me online. I got one more spot left for Elite Access in case anyone is interested. Keep the comments coming, guys. I appreciate all the love, all the feedback. If there's something particular that you want me to go over, I will do my best to try to get into a video. Just keep in mind that it's hard to have some people around that can help me the right way, and I want to make sure that with the content I'm putting out, I'm also keeping the people around me that I care about safe. So yeah, that's about it. As always, wherever you guys are, make sure you're staying safe, enjoy the weather, enjoy the world for what it is, and until next time, I'll catch you guys then.